Now let's start crocheting the ears of our long-necked dachshund. We'll begin with brown yarn. Prepare by holding the yarn in your left hand and making a slip knot for our foundation chain. With your right hand, hold the tail end of the yarn and wrap it behind the working yarn, forming a loop. If you look closely, the working yarn in your left hand should be lying over the tail end, opposite to the way we formed a magic ring before. Insert the hook into the loop, pass the hook under the yarn in your left hand, and yarn over from the back. Pull the yarn through the loop, then gently pull on the tail end to tighten it around the hook, forming a slip knot. You can adjust the yarn for a comfortable hold. Ready to start. Let's now begin with our first chain stitch. Pass the hook under the working yarn from the back, yarn over, and pull the yarn through the loop on the hook. This completes the first chain stitch. If you look from the side, you'll see a small V shape. Now, let's make a second chain in the same way, passing the hook under the yarn, yarning over, and pulling through. As you work, you can slide your left hand up the chain to hold each new stitch and keep everything stable. Continue in this manner to create a total of 8 chain stitches. Once you've finished 8 chains, let's do a quick count. Starting from the hook and counting down to the slip knot, you should see 8 V shapes if you counted correctly. Now that we have 8 chains, let's move on to round 2. For round 2, start with a single crochet. Insert the hook into the second V from the hook. Find the right position before you start. Insert the hook into this stitch. Yarn over. Pull through so that you have 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over once more, and pull through both loops to complete a single crochet. To keep our place a stitch marker here. Let's do another single crochet in the next stitch. Insert the hook. Yarn over. Pull through, then yarn over again, and pull through both loops on the hook to complete the stitch. Repeat this process in the next stitch for your third single crochet. For the fourth stitch, we'll be making a half double crochet. This stitch is similar to a single crochet, but involves a few extra steps. Begin by yarning over, which means wrapping the yarn around your hook once from back to front. Now you have 2 loops on your hook before even entering the stitch. Next, insert your hook directly into the next chain stitch, going right through the center of the V shape. Yarn over again, wrap the yarn around the hook and pull through the stitch. At this point, you should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over one more time. Wrap the yarn around the hook from back to front, and then carefully pull the yarn through all 3 loops on the hook. Take a look, you'll see the half double crochet, forming a new V. Now, let's move to the 5th and 6th stitches, which will be double crochet stitches. Start the double crochet by yarning over, just like we did with the half double, wrapping the yarn from back to front around the hook. Now insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over again, and pull the yarn through just the stitch, bringing up a loop. At this stage, you should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over once more. This time, pull the yarn through only the first 2 loops on the hook. You'll now have 2 loops remaining on the hook. Yarn over one last time, and pull the yarn through these final 2 loops. This completes the double crochet stitch. In the following stitch, we'll make a second double crochet, repeating the same steps. To start, yarn over before inserting the hook into the stitch. Yarn over again, and pull through, so you have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over again. Pull through the first 2 loops. yarn over one last time, and pull through the remaining 2 loops. That's 1 double crochet stitch done. In the final chain, we'll make 4 double crochets in the same stitch to widen the ear shape. Insert the hook, yarn over, and pull through, making 4 double crochets in this last stitch. That completes round 2. Now, let's start round 3. Let's take a moment to look at our work so far. After the first 2 rounds, you'll notice we've completed the right side of the ear, and now we're moving to the left side. To begin, pick up your crochet hook in your right hand, and prepare your yarn in your left, holding it with the yarn tensioned across your fingers. Start by finding the 4 long stitches from the last round, where we did 4 double crochets in a single stitch to create a rounded corner on the right side of the ear. We'll be starting this round at the stitch directly to the left of that last group of 4 double crochets, which will mirror the first round's long edge. Once you've identified the starting stitch, we're ready to start. Begin by yarning over. Now, insert your hook into the designated stitch on the left side. Yarn over again, and pull the yarn through the stitch, so you now have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over once more, and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over a final time, and pull through the remaining 2 loops to complete a double crochet stitch. In the following stitch, we'll make a half double crochet, just like we did before. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, and pull through. Then yarn over again, and pull through all 3 loops to complete the half double crochet. Now, for the final 3 stitches in this round, we'll switch to single crochet. For a single crochet, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, and pull through. Yarn over again, and pull through both loops on the hook. This is your first single crochet of the round. Repeat this single crochet stitch in each of the remaining 2 stitches, which completes the last 3 stitches in the round. Now that we've finished the round, insert your hook into the stitch marked with your stitch marker from earlier, and make a slip stitch to join. After completing the slip stitch, gently pull up a bit of slack in the yarn to leave a small tail for sewing. Use scissors to cut the yarn. For a tidy finish, we can use a darning needle to weave in any loose ends. Take the yarn tail left from the initial foundation chain, and weave it back and forth through the stitches around the edge. Trim any excess yarn for a neat look. And with that, our dachshund ear is complete. Now, let's get started on crocheting the tail for our long-necked dachshund. First, make a slip knot on your hook to secure the yarn. We're going to start with a foundation chain of 6 chains. Hold your hook in your right hand, with the yarn tensioned in your left. Yarn over, which means to wrap the yarn from back to front over your hook, then pull the yarn through the loop on your hook. That's 1 chain stitch. Now, repeat this process 5 more times until you have 6 chain stitches total. When finished, you should have a row of 6 loops, or chains, forming the base of our work. Let's move on to round 2. For this round, we'll be working stitches along the foundation chain. To get started, locate the second chain from your hook, skip the very first chain, and we'll begin in the second one. Insert your hook into this second chain. Yarn over, and pull through so there are 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over once more, and pull through both loops on the hook to complete your first single crochet. Now, move to the next chain. Insert your hook, and repeat this process to make another single crochet stitch. These 2 single crochets will give the piece a stable start. Next, we'll switch to a half double crochet. Move to the next chain in line. Start by yarning over, then insert your hook into this chain. Yarn over again, and pull through, so you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over once more, and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. And there you have your half double crochet. Moving to the following chain, we're going to make a double crochet stitch. Yarn over, insert the hook into the chain. Yarn over, and pull through. You should now have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over again, and pull through the final 2 loops. That completes your double crochet. Finally, we're going to create a treble crochet in the last chain. Start by wrapping the yarn around the hook twice this time before you insert it into the chain. Insert the hook. Yarn over and pull through so that you have 4 loops on your hook. Now, yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. You will have now 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops again. And 1 more yarn over to pull through all the loops. This completes your treble crochet stitch. To finish, chain 1 to secure the row. Then leave a tail of yarn long enough for sewing later on. Snip the yarn with scissors and pull the loop up to fasten off securely. And there you have it. Finally, let's work on the legs of our long-necked dachshund. We'll start with a magic ring to create a circle, working 6 single crochet stitches into it. If you're still getting familiar with the magic ring technique, feel free to check out our dedicated tutorial video on it. Once the first round is complete, we'll continue from rounds 2 to 4 by working 6 single crochet stitches into each round. Remember to chain 1 at the start of each round as your turning chain. After finishing round 4, connect with a slip stitch in the stitch marked by your stitch marker. And there you have it. The first leg of our dachshund is complete. Repeat this process to make each additional leg.